What's up, guys? So in this video, I want to go over how to find and draw perfect support and resistance zones specifically for day trading, okay? And more importantly, I'm going to be going over how I use support and resistance inside of my trading, how I actually find the zones. There's three key things I actually look for because, as a lot of you guys know, I'm not a support and resistance trader. I do not get long in support. I do not get short in resistance zone. You guys know I'm a trend trader. I only trade with the trend, but I'm still using those zones. I still need to know where they are, and I'm gonna be showing you how I use them in this video to help me make better decisions as a trend pullback trader. So that being said, super excited to go over this, guys. It's gonna be a very important lesson. Let's dive straight into it. So before we dive into the charts and how I actually use the support and resistance zones inside my own trading strategy, which I'll reveal later in this video, first we want to go over the basics. What are the types of support and resistance? So the first main thing is key levels, and then we also have intraday levels. So key levels is the bigger time frame, the bigger key zones. The intraday level is the support and resistance created during the actual trading session, during pre-market, stuff like that. Again, you only really need to know that if you are a day trader specifically. So first, let's go over key levels. Again, just because I'm a day trader, right, and sometimes a scalper, key levels are super important to help me make better trading plans, okay? So before I ever take a trade, I make a plan of exactly what I'm gonna do based on my level. So I like to get my key levels on the 1 hour time frame. I'm on NASDAQ. You can see this is why I like to trade a lot. I'm a futures trader, and we can see we have key resistance level up here. We had a support level here. It broke, and then it turned into resistance today. We had a key support level down here, right? This is over the past week of price action, right? So it gives me the bigger time frame view. I can even go on a 4 hour chart, but I like to use the 1 hour. Now, as far as the intraday levels go, we can see we can go into like a 2-minute time frame, and we can start spotting some of the intraday levels, you know, whether we're seeing this kind of resistance right here. So maybe we'll just draw a little zone like this. We can see, okay, we're having some intraday resistance kind of near this VWAP area. So that might be helpful to know. The support is acting as our key level support, so we don't need to draw that, right? We already have that drawn. So it kind of just depends on the day what you need to actually look at. But we can go to yesterday and we can see like my key levels are acting as intraday levels, right? We broke down, we came down, right? This old support acted as new resistance. We fell off again. Okay, next support was down here. This is already my key level mark. So most of the time, if you do the key levels well enough, you're probably not going to need the intraday levels as much unless the market is just way more choppy. All right, so the more important thing you need to know is how do you actually draw out the levels? How do you know if it's his actual zone or not? So there's three things I look for, as I said earlier. First thing I want to see is areas of consolidation. The second thing is I want to see aggressive buying or selling after we get that a consolidation. So obviously if we get aggressive buying, that's going to show support. If we get aggressive selling, that's going to show resistance wherever we have that consolidation. And then once we had that aggressive buying or selling, how far did we sell off? How far did we go up, right? Did we make a new high? Did we make a new low? That's going to tell us how strong that zone actually is, okay? So for example, when I drew this resistance zone up here, we had some consolidation up here. We did a little bit of fake out right here, so I did mark the top of the zone, but we have that consolidation down here. And then what do we see? We see aggressive selling the next day, and we want to see, did we make a new low? Well, first low we passed was this one, right? So we knew this zone was definitely acting up. And then we kept going down, and then we actually had this old resistance. I was trying to see if this old resistance would turn into new support, because a lot of times it does that. So maybe it would have looked something like this, right? If that old resistance did turn support, we would bounce off of here, right? In that case, we didn't do that. We broke all the way down, and then this support finally acted as a low. So we didn't fully break the low, but we can see we pretty much sold off all the gains. So there's definitely some sellers sitting here, and buyers did not want to buy up here. They wanted to wait for a better deal, which was down here. Okay, same thing. How did we get this support zone down here? Well, we had areas of consolidation, right? Our previous high was up here. Okay, we had aggressive buying. So we see areas of consolidation, aggressive buying, and we made a new high, okay? So as you can see, we passed this previous high, made a new high. So now we know that this area down here, this zone, is probably going to be really strong support because we broke the previous high. That's why, you know, there was a high chance that we would bounce off this area when we got this selling, right? Because of how strong this buying was, we passed the previous high. We knew there'd still be orders sitting down here because a lot of volume, a lot of money came in from this original area. Okay, so it's pretty simple. You really don't have to overcomplicate this. We can go to this one right here. We saw some consolidation, we saw aggressive buying, and we also passed this previous high, and we, aggressively got bought up this whole entire day, right? These 2 days, right? So I know when we test this level, I don't know if it'll be this week, maybe it'll be next month. I don't know when we'll test this level, but eventually we probably will, right? And this should act as strong support. So I'm going to be waiting down here to see how price reacts. Okay, so now this takes me to the next part of this video, which is the most important part, is how do I actually use these zones to trade, right? Especially since I'm not a support and resistance trader, I'm not a supply and demand trader. I only trade trend pullbacks. So really there's 2 ways to use it. I'm either looking for a micro pullback off of the level, right? Or I'm looking for a breakout retest. Okay, so that's kind of like the standards, but the most important thing I do is I always want to make a plan based off the levels I see. Because again, I know I'm only trading with the trend, so I just got to determine which level did we bounce off last to see which direction I want to trade. So for example, today I made a plan on gold, right? So I said gold plan, currently in bullish rotation to test resistance levels. If we hold above 26.96, I'll be interested in playing long setups. Here's what my chart looks like. So this is this morning on gold, right before the market open. As you can see, yesterday we got above our key support. This was a key resistance level. And then overnight, this old resistance acted as support, right? And we're starting to make a nice uptrend, bouncing off this old resistance, turning into new support. So I knew as long as we held above VWAP area, right? We held our market structure upwards. I want to keep playing gold long to this next resistance level. Okay, and I'll show it to you. And this will be easier to see on a bigger time frame. We can see on a 1 hour, right? We had this resistance level. We're basically stuck in this range for a while. We had a lot of chop here, aggressive selling. This made a new low, right? And it wasn't until yesterday we finally got above it. And what happened? This old resistance acted as new support, right? Old resistance acted as new support, and we started getting a nice uptrend right when the market started opening on gold when I was making this plan inside my Discord channel. So going back to the slide, this is an example of a breakout retest, right? We got above a key level and then we're retesting it. And then once we could get confirmation of going up, right, then we can ride it to the next level. So we broke out of it, right? We retested it overnight. And now I'm looking for setups to take to the next level. Okay, so if we go over to the 2 minute, I can show you the exact trade I took this morning on gold. And this is my trade. As you can see, market open, we held above this VWAP area. We knew we wanted to play long, and now I'm essentially just looking for a micro pullback, trading with the trend, right? I already know what direction I want to trade. I know I want to focus on longs. We got this aggressive move up. We have this light pullback on this red candle here. We got confirmation of more buyers. I got long right here. We pulled back a little bit. I had my stop right below that low and eventually hit my profit target, and that was my trade for the day, right? So I'm kind of using these levels as like the borders of my trade, right? And I want to trade in between those levels, whether we bounce off a key level or we break out and retest it. That's kind of how I use these levels for my trend pullback strategy. And by the way, guys, if this is confusing for you guys at all, or if you want to double check your levels with my levels, I post my levels and my trading plan every single day inside my free Discord community. I give my plan on gold, NASDAQ. Just kind of depends what looks the best, but typically I trade NASDAQ, ES, and gold the most. Like I said, this group is completely free to join. We don't charge any money. So if you would like to see my levels and my trading plans every single morning before the market opens, all you have to do is go to the first link in the description below to join this community. We'd love to have you inside. But just remember, guys, the most important thing is look for areas in consolidation. Look for aggressive buying or selling. And then the most important thing is, did we make a new high or low? That's going to determine how strong or weak that zone is, right? If it's a support level and all of a sudden we get a super aggressive buying and we start passing all-time highs, we start passing the last high, chances are the next time we get to that zone, we have a high likelihood of bouncing off it, just like we had on NQ today. For example, yesterday, right, the last time we tested the support area, we had super aggressive buying. We made a new all-time high on the market. We passed this previous high. Right, so I knew the next time we test the support area, which got created over here, right, that this could be a high probability area to bounce. And now I want to look for pullbacks that I can get long off of this. So if we start bouncing aggressively off of this, depending on how volatile we are, I either want to look at the 2-minute chart, look for those micro pullbacks. In this case, we didn't get any micro pullbacks on this bounce up, right? So we bounced and we just got straight green candles this whole time until we got close to our next resistance. If it's super volatile and we're moving quick like this, we're not pulling back. A lot of times what you guys will see me do, if you guys are part of my live trading sessions, I'll go in the 30-second time frame. Right now, if we go to yesterday in our 30-second time frame, let's see if we had any setups. Right? Well, look what happened. We got this nice bounce off of this level, got aggressive buying off of it. What happened? We got 2 little candles. We got a micro pullback. Okay. What happened? Buyers immediately step back in. We can get long right here, for example. So we get long right here. We put our stop right below this micro pullback, and then we can go for that 1 or 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, whatever your system is. And that would be the trade. So again, use the levels as areas of, can I look for a micro pullback once we bounce off that level like I just showed you? Or can we use it as a breakout retest? So anyways, guys, this is how to find and draw perfect support and resistance zones. And this is how I trade off of them. Like I said before, if this is confusing to you guys at all, you want to double check your levels with mine. I post my levels and trading plan every single day inside my Discord for oil, NASDAQ, ES, and gold. If you guys want to check that out, like I said, this Discord community is completely free to join. We'd love to have you inside. Along with this, you also get access to our trading floor where you can chat and network with all kinds of other traders in here as well. So anyways, guys, if you want to join the community, we'd love to have you inside. All you have to do is go over to the first link in the description below this video, or just head over to this link right here. That being said, guys, as always, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video with another day trading lesson.